Hi, I'm Duke BossaNova.
And I'm Lola BossaNova.
And today we're in Washington State outside of the All-American Classics. This is a wrecking yard that specializes in American classic cars. We've never filmed a wrecking yard before, but hey, they were like, we want you to get down here, Duke and Lola, do some shooting, check out all of that amazing atomic era rust they got going on down here. So let's check it out.
Hey mama, can you see I'm in love with her and what she does for me? We go out at night, sitting, talking, we fight, and we wait for your plea. Oh, baby, don't you...
Well, this is my buddy Mark, and you've been working here for a couple years, you said.
Yeah.
And where are you from, Mark?
Originally Denver, Colorado.
This way you get the home of cores, I see, yeah. So you love working with these, and one of the things that we've seen is that every day you post a different picture of rust and you send it out to everybody, and you got quite a growing fan base. I love it.
That's kind of fun. I thought I'd show off things I find interesting here in the yard, and at the same time hopefully get people attracted to come into where I work because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
But you know, with all of the craziness in the world today, why not start off with an interesting picture that makes you go, huh, what is that?
Yeah.
And I got
no politics or religion involved.
Correct, yeah, that's a nice thing. I've got a good friend in Colorado named Chris, and every morning I post a picture. He tries to guess and challenges me as to what the picture is and what I took a picture of.
I've seen that. He's trying to figure out like the make, model, year of the car.
Sure thing, yeah. And he's about an 80% as far as guessing correctly.
So what have we got here, man?
This is a 52 white COE truck. And we're selling this as a complete project truck, which would be really cool, I think, as a ramp truck. You could put an engine in it, an LS swap, or a Ford engine in it, or something like that, and a ramp bed on it, and it'd just be a really cool hauler.
I mean, you even got a working frame on it. I see so many of these people take the COEs and stick them on some other frame.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of suburban swaps, or they put on the expeditions and things.
Yeah. Where this is a pretty big COE too, and I love this the doors on it. Even it's a unique looking one, that's for sure.
Yep.
Can we get in it? There we go. Oh boy, look at that. I think somebody spent their life probably driving that bad boy around.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Probably no power steering or anything in this.
Oh dear Lord, no.
Yeah.
No. And what kind of clutch does this thing even have? Is it double? It's like I can't even tell. That's crazy. I love the e-brake.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the whole thing.
That is nuts. Yeah. That's when men were men.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Right there.
Oh, it is a Meteor. That's what I was thinking of earlier. When you said it was Canadian, I was like, is it and then my brain went blank.
Yeah, you rode in one.
I've actually ridden in a convertible Meteor.
Yeah.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah, at Villaproof.
Oh, really? How cool.
Actually, it wasn't convertible. Our buddy Zach chopped the top off of it.
Okay.
He said the top had got all rusty on him, so he just cut it off and turned it into a convertible.
That's Zach, I
But
tell you.
look, that's so cool. I do love the tail lights. Those are awesome.
It's got a completely different grille than the Galaxy.
But it was it's made by Ford, but just in there. The good news is this is not the final destination for all these amazing pieces of history. This is actually just kind of the next step before they get broken down and shipped off. And like they were telling us inside, a lot of these are getting shipped off to other countries like Norway, Sweden, Australia is a big buyer as well, and of course Canada. But yeah, there's still hope for some of these yet. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
And what is your name, fine sir?
I'm Todd Toddley.
And where are we at today?
We're at All American Classics in Vancouver, Washington. We opened here in 1989 with a bare piece of property.
Oh wow.
Dad and I had the idea that we should do, maybe start a wrecking yard. We spent a lot of time going to wrecking yards looking for old car parts. Mm-hmm. No one was really doing anything just specifically with old cars, so that's where we started, and here we are 31 years later.
Which is crazy to think about. So that it was about the cars then were about 30 years old, and now you're 30 years after that.
Right. And the situation is this: we're still trying to buy the same cars we were 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Because a lot of cars 30 years ago, at 15, 20 years old, like 69 Camaros, were already pretty popular.
Yeah.
Where the cars have not progressed in the same way. There's most 30-year-old cars now. There's not much interest in Camaros, Mustangs, Corvettes, a few specialty interest cars, Grand Nationals, but most of the other stuff built in the 80s, 90s just doesn't have any following, and my thoughts are a lot of it never will.
Well, you said you saw a pink car that you liked?
Pink car.
Oh, it's immaculate.
Look at it.
It could totally be, this could totally be pulled out. It would be a lot of work.
Oh my gosh, I like it.
It's missing fenders, got a lot of action. But it's there.
And when you get toward the end on the left is where all the Cadillacs are.
Ooh, those will be fun.
And closer in is going to be where all the Fords are.
Okay.
And then GM products are toward the end on the right.
Okay. We have a little map now.
What are you thinking, Lola?
It definitely has a ghosty feel.
A ghosty feel?
Yeah, it's a little spooky. It's a little, there's some echoes of the past, not to get too morbid or crazy, or ooh. It's cool.
Reading too many mystery novels.
They're getting harder to get. We are we're progressing. We've turned part of the yard into an area for later model pickups, and then we're buying what considered newer muscle cars now. Mustangs, Camaros, Corvettes, Challengers, high performance cars.
Is this primarily a vintage lot though?
Yes, it's still primarily vintage.
Which is why we're here.
Probably 80% of it's still vintage.
Yeah.
And we intend to try to keep it that way as long as we can keep getting quality cars. And not everything that's old has value, and not everything that has old has a following. So everybody calls with an old car for sale doesn't necessarily always fit, because not everybody's looking for parts for that particular rig.
The 72 Ford LTD is probably not a hot commodity.
Exactly. And everybody'd like to see them save, but at the end of the day, when you're employing 10 people and got light bills and property taxes, you have to bring in cars. They're going to be able to keep the lights on and feed the employees.
So where do you see this going? Do you have a next generation that's coming up to help out?
That's a really good question. My oldest son is somewhat interested in it. He does a lot of our eBaying stuff, and he's got a third-gen Camaro that he likes real well. And so when he gets done with college, I don't know if he's going to stick with this or just use it as a hobby, but only time will tell. We're just going to go with it right now and
sometimes
see
you
us.
appreciate those things more as you get a little older.
Yeah, you look back and you go, hey, Dad actually was cool.
Yeah.
Right. I've always been attracted to it, but there's other people that they fall out of love with it, and other people as they get older appreciate it more and enjoy it more.
Are you having fun in a wrecking yard, Lola?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Kind of surprised, aren't you?
There's
it's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, and there's some beauty.
It's almost like going to explore like an abandoned house or something like that, or abandoned building. Same thing. These are abandoned pieces of history, and in this case, they're not abandoned. They're gonna get turned into something else hopefully soon.
Or pieces of them.
Yeah. None of these are getting crushed, at least not anytime soon. You've taken us to the only Etzel on the lot.
One of the first produced is number 559 off the assembly line.
Really?
And made in May of 1957. It was a fully optioned 58 Corsair, or Citation too. 400 cars in my whole life. But I didn't realize how I only had a skin of knowledge until I got here. The depths of knowledge I learned from Todd, Forrest, and Jeremy at the front counter, and our parts puller Pat is amazing.
Well, you get to put your hands on so many cars, even more than maybe a mechanic would in here.
It seems that way, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
I like this one. It's pretty awesome.
I bet you we could just get it fired up right now, Lola, and take it home. That's it. It's the new BossaNova car right here.
We keep talking about finding that BossaNova car. We'll get there eventually.
And whenever someone is foolish enough to call me a greaser, I laugh and I'm like, no. That's the greaser right there. That's legit, for real.
Excellent.
Take care, man.
All right, man. See you soon.
Well, we had a good time.
Yeah, lots of rest.
I'd like to thank you guys for watching and enjoying the show. Please click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this one or just anything about the atomic era in general. We have a lot of different shows on that subject.
We do. Come along on our adventures.
That's right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
It's so cold. It's so cold out here. You guys don't even know.
It is so cold.
It's so cold.